Essential life skills or being street smart don't get taught in school or even the most expensive university. Our employees who help us run our business and gain profits need protection when it comes to injuries that happen at work or during their job. You as their employers play the part of being held accountable for the injury of your employees. That is why we've compiled some of the most frequently asked questions about workers' compensation insurance to get to know the basics. How it works, and when you need to acquire it. Let's learn the basics. What will be the first thing you do when you're injured at work? The first thing you do when accidents happen is to report the incident to your employer as soon as possible. The time limits may depend from state to state, but your claim will be denied if you'd missed the required period. Some injuries don't become noticeable until after the incident, so it is best to report this even if you don't think you're injured. Report the accident as soon as possible and report injuries as soon as you become aware. Don't wait for the injuries to get worse. Whether it is at the same time as the accident or later. Can I still claim workers' compensation benefits if the accident was my fault? An additional purpose of having workers' compensation is to provide benefits to injured employees without the need to prove who was at fault for the accident. However, there are some instances when workers won't receive benefits and that are classified as self-inflicted injuries. Injuries caused by fighting or horseplaying, or injuries that occur when the employee is under the influence of alcohol and illegal drugs. Can I see my doctor? Having to see your doctor during the accident-related works will depend on the laws of your state and the requirements of your employer's workers' compensation insurance policy. It is best to ask your employer if they require you to see a certain doctor, or if you can request to choose your doctor. If they required you to see a certain doctor, you might need to change doctors after a certain amount of time. Can I still go back to my old job? After a certain amount of days given to an employee for a full recovery. If he was able to perform the types of work, the employer can give back the position that becomes available. Is workers' compensation insurance required for self-employed or independent contractors? Workers' compensation insurance is typically not required for self-employed or independent contractors. However, depends on a certain situation, this policy might require purchasing from a self-employed or an independent contractor. Do I need an attorney to get my workers' compensation claim? Seeking an attorney's help may vary on the severity of your injury or illness. The greater your injuries, the more you have at stake in the claim of your benefits. If the worker is severely injured or thinks that he'll be disabled for a long time, this is the time you should hire an attorney with experience handling workers' compensation claims to make sure you get all of the benefits you've deserved. Does a worker's classification matter? Yes. The cost of your policy depends on the types of work done by your employees. This means that you make sure that your employees are classified correctly to avoid lawsuits, claim and penalties. What is the employer's liability insurance? Employer's liability insurance is also part of workers' comp, which protects the employers against lawsuits related to an injury, such as claims that the employer's negligence. If you have any more questions regarding the workers' compensation insurance policy, don't hesitate to visit our website at https://www.isiwc.org.